Amanda gave birth, Ejike had no peace. She constantly tormented Ejike. She made sure that Ejike was at her beck and call. If she wasn't saying the baby was sick today, she was saying that the baby was about to faint the next day. Ejike got fed up with his attitude. But the question now was how he was going to tell his wife Chinelo that Amanda's baby belongs to him. How was he supposed to do that? Find out in the next episode. Like, when you use the word love, what do you mean? What do you think is the definition of love? Because to Amanda, she loves Ejike. So why can't Ejike just understand that she loves him and reciprocates the love? What does Ejike mean? That he has no feeling for her? What does even Ejike mean? That he did not ask her to get pregnant for him? Ejike must be joking, right? Has Ejike actually sat down to reason everything? Has he even sat down to make the comparison? She is well learned, comes from a good family, has everything he needs in a woman. And not just that, she was the one that gave birth to a son for him. So how dare he sit in his high heavens and think to himself that Chinelo is better off? Amanda told herself, he must be joking, like he must be joking. Has he actually looked at the mirror? I don't get it, she told herself. So Ejike thinks that Chinelo is more preferable. Why? So that night, Amanda asked herself, what was the best way out to get Ejike running to her? What was she supposed to do? She had tried all the tricks. She has said everything she knows how to say. So how can she get Ejike running to the house? She picked up her phone and called Ejike numerous times. Ejike did not pick the call. Not because he wasn't seeing the call. He had made up his mind not to pick Amanda's call. He will pay his son a visit whenever he chooses to, and not whenever Amanda orders him to. Amanda called and called and called. Ejike refused picking up the call. And she quickly sent a life-threatening message. Your son just fell down from the staircase. Ejike dropped everything he was doing and started running to Amanda's house. That was the very first time. That was the very first time something of such was happening. How, he asked himself, why he was driving. How, he asked himself, why he was driving to Amanda's home. What happened? How is it possible? How come she feels so calm? What? Are they even in the hospital? And there was it. Ejike calling Amanda numerous times without Amanda picking up the call. Ejike called and called and called. Amanda did not pick up. She was in her living room, sipping champagne and smiling to herself. Now, let's see who is going to beat the drum better off. Ejike kept on calling. While he was heading to Amanda's place, he really wanted to know if she was at home with the son or if they had gone to the hospital. Amanda wasn't picking her call. And the moment she noticed that Ejike had arrived her home, she went to her bedroom and lay down. Ejike ran into the house and was shouting, where is he now? Where is he now? No one said anything. She had instructed the maid not to say anything. And he quickly ran to the bedroom, hoping to see somebody or someone, just someone to answer. There was Amanda on her bed, smiling to herself and telling him, you know, like they say, there is various ways to kill a rat. Something must kill a man. I called you numerous times and you refused picking up my call. But the moment you heard your son fell down from the staircase, you ran here. Ejike, you must be sick in the brain. So I want to ask you a question. What do you think? You just put me in the motherly way and you just dump me. I don't get. So is your son more important than I am? I don't even understand you. You don't even know that I deserve the good morning messages I deserve checking up on. You don't call, you don't text, you don't do anything. What's the meaning of that? I am the mother of your child too. I deserve some tender love and care. I deserve checking up on. I deserve food. I deserve everything. Ejike looked at this woman. He was trying to understand, is she okay? Like, is she okay? When did they sit down to make such agreements? How come? Like, how come she's being jealous all of a sudden? He looked at her and told her, the next time you try this, the next time you try this thing, you won't even like the way I'm going to react. He entered his car and zoomed off. But while sitting in his car that night, he started asking himself, how long? How long is this going to continue? How long will Amanda keep on tormenting me? I just need to come clean to Chinelo. I need to tell Chinelo everything. That way I'm going to be free. That way I'm going to be able to even drink water and drop cup. The moment Amanda is calling me and Chinelo is around, I can't even pick the call. I just feel so trapped in my own world. So he entered his house. But while he was coming out of the car, Chinelo was in the car slot. She actually thought he was in the car all along, but she never knew he stepped out and was just returning because she was looking for him. And Ejike quickly opened up to Chinelo there and then. He couldn't take it anymore. Amanda's torment was coming too much and unbearable for him. He told Chinelo everything. He started how Amanda had met him in the beer parlor, how Amanda took him home instead of their home, how Amanda became pregnant, and they actually agreed that she was going to take the baby. But much later after Amanda gave birth, she said the baby made her want to be a mother. Chinelo looked at him, and the only thing she said was, what are we? Ejike could not understand that question. He tried to understand the word, what do you mean? What is the meaning of what are we? And Chinelo said, where do I stand in your life? That is all I want to know. Who are we? Are we still husband and wife? Are you married to two women? Just tell me, where do I stand? I just don't want to be sidelined because you never told me all along. And I don't know why you're telling me now. But I just want to know, where do I stand? Make it clear. Put it in the most simple way ever. Ejike knew she was offended, but she was trying to speak calm. She was trying to be polite. Ejike looked at his beloved wife and told his wife that nothing has changed. I love you and I would do everything for you to be able to forgive me. I know I messed up big time. I would have said it all along. I would have said something. I would have done something. But I thought it was something that I could handle. I never knew that Amanda was a kiss on her own. Chinelo looked at him and said, you've not said anything. Where do I stand? Ejike looked at her and said, you're my wife. And that is what you will always be. I'm not getting married to Amanda. I just want to bring you along with everything going on in my life. Chinelo wasn't really interested in that drama. Ejike had already told her where she stood. She was the wife, right? She walked away and went to bed. When she woke up the next morning, she pretended like everything was okay. But that was when her attitude changed towards everyone, everybody. She was trying to understand what was the meaning of all this. And there she was, smiling at Amanda, thinking that Amanda was pregnant for someone else, even though the thought had come, but she never really suspected her husband. Was she supposed to just forgive her husband and move on like as if nothing had happened? Or was she supposed to sit down and understand him? Play the understanding wife. After Chinelo weighed her options, she made sure to give herself time, the time to forgive him. And when she was ready to listen to whatever he had to say, she did that with an open heart. She listened to everything Ejike said, every detail. She noted it down. She wanted to make sure that he doesn't change his words tomorrow. And to everything Ejike said that day, he was able to repeat the same thing every day when he was asked about Amanda. And that was when Chinelo actually realized that her friend Amanda, or her supposed sister, was actually insane. How can you go as far as getting pregnant for a man who doesn't like you, who doesn't even acknowledge you? But when Chinelo was still thinking that Amanda was insane, Amanda was there acting more drama. She kept on looking for a way to get Ejike, but Ejike barely paid attention to her. He mostly came around, visited his son, and left. The things she thought she was going to benefit after giving birth to a son, she did not benefit any of it. It got that bad. Amanda became depressed, traumatized, and was even suffering anxiety. One evening, she got Ejike. Truth be told, she was a bit down. She just really needed a pillow, someone to talk to. But Ejike refused showing up. And in less than 30 minutes down the line, Amanda slit herself with a knife. Her maid quickly called Ejike to inform him that Amanda was being rushed to the hospital and Iyina will or might be left at home alone as she needed to follow the ambulance to the hospital. Ejike quickly told his wife Chinelo. Chinelo followed him to the house and they went to pick Iyina, whereas Ejike followed them to the hospital. After Amanda was stable, Ejike tried to reason with her. Amanda, you have to stop. You have to stop doing this. You're a very beautiful lady. There is someone out there for you. You can't keep hurting yourself. You can't keep doing this to yourself. Amanda looked at him and smiled and said, at least I got your attention, right? Ejike was confused. Is this lady okay? She smiled and said, I called you. You refused to pick. And now because I did this, you're here. What matters is that you're here with me. Is that not it? And that's when Ejike started asking himself, are you sure this lady is okay? If she could injure herself just to get my attention, that means she can do more than that. Are you sure she's mentally okay? What's really wrong with her? He had thought to himself. He stayed in the hospital because Chinelo told him he could stay. He stayed in the hospital, tended to her needs, and the next morning he went back home. And when he got back home, he had told his wife everything that had happened. Chinelo told him that she didn't want to have anything to do with it. She didn't want to come in between her husband and Amanda. Neither did she want their relationship to come in between their friendship. She had told Ejike to handle it the best way he could. Ejike had spoken to his best friend who was a lawyer, Bamidele. Bamidele told him that the best way out was to get the child's custody. If Amanda could hurt herself, she could hurt the boy in order to get his attention. Ejike weighed the option. This was something he had never thought that was going to happen to him. Having to drag his family to the court, having his family being dragged to the court, having anything to do with the court. But he knew that he needed to set things straight. So he went along with it. A few weeks down the line, the court had invited Amanda over and a court section was held. The both parties said whatever they had to say. The judge listened carefully. And the judge wanted to give his final ruling. Ejike stood up and gave a detailed explanation of everything that had happened from the first day till this very moment. He even stated the fact that Amanda constantly injured herself in order to get his attention. He had pleaded with the judge that he couldn't leave his child in the arms of Amanda, stating the fact that when she gets tired of hurting herself, probably she might start hurting the son. And he was pleading that the court should give him the full custody of the son. The court was adjourned for 3 days' time. During that 3 days, Amanda brought down Rim and Chonda in Ejike's home. She told him how he was stupid, he was annoying, he was heartless, and he was nothing but a devil. That how could he want to take her son away from her? Ejike did not listen to anything Amanda had to say. He was just waiting for the court to give their final verdict. 3 days down the line, the court had given their final verdict. They had given Ejike the full custody of the child. And during this final verdict, Amanda's parents happened to be around. After they were done with the court section, they couldn't even look at Chinelo neither Ejike. They had taken their daughter and left. There at home, they looked at Amanda and said, we warned you. We warned you. We asked you to stop that rubbish. But you refused. You believed because you were pregnant for a son for him, he was going to choose you over Chinelo. You placed yourself so high that you found pride in competing against Chinelo. You were not even competing against people like you. How can you even be competing with a maid's daughter? She should compete with the people in her level. We warned you, but you refused listening. You felt you could handle it your way. And now can you see the mess up you've brought upon yourself? Her dad said angrily. Amanda couldn't even bring herself to shed a single tears, not for Ejike or Chinelo. She was thinking of various ways to scatter the home. If they think they had happily ever after, not why she's alive. She was going to put her hand inside her home and arrange it the way she wanted it to be. Few weeks down the line, Amanda constantly visited their home. She was always found around the house. The camera they had at home always captured one strange car or the other, hovering around the house. When this got too bad, Chinelo had to talk to her husband. They needed to relocate to a different place, to a different city. She did not even care. But if there was something she needed, was peace in her home. After Ejike weighed his option, he had seen everything Amanda was ready to do. She had even been captured jumping into the compound. He gradually migrated his family from the home in a very quiet and peaceful way no one could even suspect. When they were migrating, they did not even take one single luggage. They all pretended as if they were going to school, their day-to-day activity. But after that day, they never returned to that particular place. They had relocated to a different environment entirely. Somewhere Amanda wouldn't even suspect that they were living. They went to somewhere that was even very rowdy, but they had gotten a very beautiful apartment for themselves. In that apartment, Chinelo had to bear the burden of raising her daughter. At first it wasn't easy. There was this constant hatred she had for Iyina. She saw him as an error. But with the passing days, she gradually melted those pain, those anger. She started loving him for who he was. She stopped seeing Amanda in him and started seeing him as Iyina, who he was. It took a while, but she gradually started loving Iyina. And the moment she did, she treated them like as if they were twins. Yes, they knew they had different birthdays, but she made sure to treat them alike. She made sure to shower them with same love, same motherly love. Chinelo also went as far as furthering her education, being that she was not able to have a proper bachelor's degree. She furthered her education and even had the time to do her master's. When the kids had grown almost 8 years down the line, Chinelo gave birth to yet another child. That was the last child she had, and he was named Chibike. The family lived in peace and unity. Whereas for Amanda was taken to a hospital where she was properly monitored and diagnosed. And that was when they found out that Amanda had series of neurological issues. She was taking her medication gradually, but she never forgot her son. On various nights, she would wake up crying aloud for her son. Her mom was always by her bedside, trying to comfort her and trying to make her feel that things were going to be better. With the passing days, Amanda gradually recovered, but she never laid her eyes on her son. Thank you very much for listening to the story of the day. Receive me your favorite storyteller, Sika. Please, I would like you to share what you've learned from this beautiful story. From the part 1 and the part 2, I'd like you to share your thoughts. What do you think was Amanda's problem per se? What do you think? Are we supposed to categorize her as being obsessed? Or are we going to categorize her as someone that just didn't know her place? Whatsoever your thought is, I'd like you to drop it in the comment section. Until we'll see you again in our next story. Bye for now.